and information and vlogs about asexuality. So if you like that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas, dear you. Happy Christmas to you. So yeah, I'm over at my parents' and I've opened the majority of my Christmas presents. I've still got 3 left to go actually. And this is my bedroom at my parents' place. And as you can see, there's lovely flashing lights on. And I'm wearing my pajamas actually that my parents got me last year, which is very Christmassy. See? Merry Christmas! See, I really like these. And yeah, I want to give you like a tour of the room here, and I want to show you what I got for Christmas, for asexual Christmas presents. I say they're asexual because I'm asexual in sexual orientation. I don't experience any sexual attraction whatsoever, and for me personally, I'm not interested in sex. So my Christmas presents have no sex involved in them. They're not sexy stuff specifically or anything like that. Although, of course, I can still look sexy in them as an asexual. Do you know what I mean? So I have got some lovely clothes, which I'm going to show you. But first, I want to show you this. Let's see if it works.
Hey, look! It's been snowing. Just hear those sleigh bells ring-a-ling, ring-ting-a-ting-a-ling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to be right together with you. I know snow is falling, friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to be right together with you.
So this is on a sensor, so when I move across it, it then opens up again. So this one doesn't work anymore apart from movement. So this moves, but it doesn't actually play any music anymore. So this moves and this moves. But the actual thing that plays music in it's gone, if you know what I mean. So I still love it. I love the flashing lights as well at the background. But it's quite good to put this on again. We'll put that on again.
Come on, let's go skating.
They're like jingling to the music. See what I mean? It's great. Because there's no music with this specific musical robotic thing. Then like you got this
Hey,
instead.
look! It's been snowing. Just
See
hear
them
those
skating?
sleigh bells ring-a-ling, ring-ting-a-ting-a-ling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to be right together with you. I heard the snow is falling, friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to be right together with you.
So that's on the sensor. So unless I turn it off, it's going to keep going off. So this is my snowman. I love this. This is an LED snowman. So no robotics in this. And then this is a Christmas tree my mum's got. This is a fibre optic Christmas tree. So I have bought my decoration over to put on top of it, which says Asexualise 1 million views. Because yes, this channel went over 1 million views on the 21st of December. So that was the best, one of the best Christmas presents I could have got. So yeah, and that's my congratulations balloon that I brought over when I bought to myself, I should say, this to celebrate this balloon with stars. But yeah, so I've still got 3 Christmas presents to open that I haven't opened yet, but I've opened a lot of my Christmas presents, the majority. So I'm going to show you what I've got for Christmas. But I do want to say Happy Christmas to you and your families and your friends and anyone else that you've got with you right now. So what I want to say is I'm going to show you my Christmas presents in a minute. What I want to tell you is Christmas is not just about a time of gift giving. It's about a time of appreciating those loved ones, appreciating family, appreciating friends, and those people that you have in your life. It's about taking stock of how far you've come this year, what you've achieved this year, and the fact you're still living and breathing here, which is a miracle in this life. So just as some people believe in Christianity and baby Jesus being a miracle, you can believe that your own life is a miracle because you're still alive and breathing and here to live this day, which is a very precious thing. And I think some people don't realize the extent of Christmas. People just think, oh, it's over commercialized. Well, some people believe that, right? But everything's commercialized. Choose whether you want to have a watch, a bed set, a toy, a movie you want to see, a piece of clothing. Everything is commercialized. So what we have to do is look for the good in those commercials, if you like. Look for the good of what we really need and what matters most to us, and that is being with family, with friends, with loved ones, or even just appreciating yourself and valuing yourself for who you are. So you said pagan ritual. Yeah, some people are pagan. So it's all about valuing the people around you and being appreciative of them still being on your life. You know, my dad, I don't talk about my dad that much on the channel, but he was rushed into hospital at the beginning of this year, and he's now on permanent oxygen for the rest of his life, but he's still here for Christmas. Do you know what that means to me? It just is amazing. You know, me and my mum have still got my dad, you know? And that's the gift of life. You know, you can't get a better gift than that, than the gift of life and the gift of the people being alive who you love and who are important to you. So we have to remember the true gifts in life are the people that we surround ourselves with, the loved ones in our life, and the people that are still in our lives through the thick, through the thin, through the good, through the bad, through the ups and downs, and that have made it. And look, you made it another year. So this is incredible, and you should definitely celebrate any and all achievements you've made throughout this year. So parts of Christmas is pagan, but it has a bastardization of multiple different things. Well, a lot of people celebrate Christmas because they talk about Christianity. Christmas. I'm not particularly religious. I'm more spiritual than religious. Technically, I'm a Christian if you want to put me in a religious category, but I'm more spiritual than religious. So obviously, a lot of in the UK, a lot of people talk about Christ and being born to the Virgin Mary, which is interesting actually, because asexuality is a sexual orientation based on the lack of sexual attraction, and Mary's meant to be a virgin. So was she actually asexual is the question on everyone's mind who's asexual, really. Very interesting, because some people who are asexual get punished, if you like, or told that you know that's not very Christian like to be asexual, but actually Virgin, you know, Mary is an example of someone who's meant to have given birth without having sex. So there we go. I'm not sure that's actually entirely what happened, but there we go. So, but thank you very much for sharing your views about pagan rituals. I really appreciate it. So yeah, this is what my mum and dad got me last year for Christmas. This has got my name on it. It says Merry Christmas and Sandra on it. So yeah, I'm going to show you my Christmas gifts this year now. So this is from my best friend. I absolutely love this. I'm a Disney girl and I love Eeyore. So I really wanted this cushion for Christmas, and it's really, really nice. So I have one cushion my best friend bought me last year, and then I got this year. So these are not cheap because they're from the Disney store. So this one's from the Disney store, and so was the last one they bought me. So it's really, really nice of them to give me this, because I love Disneyland Paris. I've been there this year and last year. I went at the beginning of this year. So that's really exciting for me. My mum and dad got me my favourite chocolates. These are like no added sugar at all. So I love these. I've had a few of these earlier. So as you can see, the wrappers in there. So they haven't got any yeast in or gluten in or wheat in. They're just really, really nice chocolates. So I love getting them. Diablo is the make of them, in case you were wondering. And I got an Eeyore calendar because I absolutely love Eeyore. I did see this calendar myself and told my parents. Basically, I made my parents a list of what I wanted. And they pretty much got me everything on the list. Well, they did get me every item of clothing on the list and the calendar besides. So Anna wanted a handbag, which my mum and dad got me. I'm very, very lucky. I got all this stuff. I'm very fortunate. This is a really nice calendar, yeah? I like Eeyore. I don't know about you, but I didn't realise he's meant to be depressed. And I didn't even know he's depressed because I don't think that way. I used to have depression years ago, but I freed myself of depression in 2012. So for me, he's just like, you know, a cute donkey, because years ago, my dad used to work on a caravan site doing maintenance work. And we lived there for a while in a caravan, me and my mum, while my dad was working on the site. And there was 2 donkeys that used to be there, and I used to feed the donkeys. So, oh, hello from Mississippi, someone said. So, yes, hello to you. It's nice to see you. Merry Christmas, everyone, by the way. I hope you're having a great time. Put in the chat what you're doing for Christmas. Well, how are you celebrating it? And what gifts have you got as well? I'd like to know. So, yeah, so I love Eeyore because I think Eeyore is cute and got a nice little face, and I don't know, he's all fluffy and stuff, so that's what I like. Just for you. So this is the calendar, the Eeyore calendar. I really like reading these. Just for you. And then this one is Friends Together. I don't know if you can see that. Friends Together. Did you see the other one? Just for you. Friends Together. Don't you just love looking at these calendars? I love peeking through all the months. This one says feeling a little shy. It's really weird because I'm not shy a lot of the time, but if I'm talking to a guy, for example, on a dating site that I'm really attracted to, I do go quite shy. If I'm having a date with him on camera, I don't do that anymore. So I'm not actively dating anymore at the moment. So, but it's kind of weird. Just thought I'd say that. One thing at a time. I don't really do one thing at a time. I tend to do multiple things at once. Merry Christmas, beautiful aces. Oh, thank you so much. Walt Disney owns a 33rd degree Mason. Really? Okay. I don't know anything about that. Oh, did you say Walt Disney owes or a 33 or owns a 33rd? I can't even read that. Anyway, yes, I don't know about that. But anyway, it sounds interesting. Walter Disney you're talking about. Ah, okay. Walter Disney. Right, so 33rd degree Freemason. I don't know exactly what that means, but anyway, it sounds interesting. So one thing at a time. Got that Monday morning feeling. I bet some people can relate to that if you're like walking new week and actually you got the Monday because you're still alive the next week to start a new week, and the new week's fresh and exciting. And just if one day goes badly, you've got to remember that the next day is a fresh day to start all over again. You know, you don't have to do the same things you did the day before. You can make a fresh start. You can have a change what happens. Even if I'm having a really, really bad day, I try and do one thing to change the day, even if it's just chilling out with a movie I like, you know? So it's important to try and change the state of your feelings. Another Day in Paradise. Yes, Phil Collins that song was, wasn't it? Good morning, if it is a good morning. So yeah, this is a bit like of a curiosity question, isn't it? So, but I think every day's a good morning if you're alive still. Do you know what I mean? Because we have to be very thankful for our life. So think happy, be happy. I love this one. Think happy, be happy. It's so important and so true, because what we think about a lot of the time, what we focus on expands. So the more we focus on negative stuff, the more we're going to get negative stuff come our way. But the more we focus, I was going to say pocus then. Hocus pocus. The more we focus on positive things, the more likely we are to get positive things come our way. So that's really, really important. You can see flashing Christmas lights at the moment over my head. And which one's this? Searching for sunshine. Don't forget, you can always bring the sunshine with you when you have sunshine in your heart. So yeah, we need to bring our own sunshine to our life as much as possible. How can we do that? So there's a number of things you can do. Obviously, like I said, you can try and think positively and talk positively to yourself. You can also watch positive inspirational movies and television if you're going to watch TV, and read positive books and listen to positive audiobooks. So if you're looking for the sunshine in life, then you need to be injecting positive, feel good things in your life as much as possible. Like our environment and what we listen to and what we watch and what we read makes up how we feel. So it's best, if you can, to be putting positive stuff in your mind as much as possible. A lot of the time we're programmed for drama in life and for focusing on dramatic stuff. That's why soap operas do so well, because they get you hooked. But that's, it's the trick is not to be addicted to that stuff. I used to be a soap addict years ago, but to actually stop watching that stuff and go and actually, be creative, do other things in your life, meet up with friends, go out, self-dating is so good for the soul. I do it all the time. So always search for the sunshine in yourself and your own heart. It's very important. And love nature. Well, actually, I'm not that into nature. So this is a really interesting one for me. Like the world population, usually the majority of people in the world are into nature, right? I'm not really into nature. I must be one of the few people I know in the world that's not actually into nature. I think it's good that trees give us oxygen, right? I think that's great, but I'm not really that interested in going around the countryside. I used to live in the countryside for years. I was brought up there as a child, and I found it very boring and very isolating, and it didn't really feel like me. And since I moved to the city, I'm so much more happier because I've got nightclubs on my doorstep. I've got cinema on my doorstep. I've got beautiful places to eat out. I'm able to just walk into the city whenever I feel like it. Don't have to worry about catching a bus or anything, or rely on other people for public transport. So, but in Exeter, I do have the cathedral, a cathedral green, and also the quayside. So, in the cathedral, in Exeter, the cathedral green and also the quayside, which has the River Exe running through it, is very, very nice. So it's a bit of nature in the city, which I love because it's kind of a mixture. Then you can chill out with a little bit of greenery and trees around, but I still have people around. So, yeah. There we go. So everything is for flowers. That's very interesting. So, yeah, everything is for flowers. Do you like flowers? And if so, what is your favourite flower? I'd love to know. My favourite flower is a rose because I'm super romantic, even with myself. And I do find roses very beautiful to look at. I love their soft petals, the feel of them. And I do find they're very romantic. I love them. But in my place, I've got like a little, in my flat, because I'm at my parents' at the moment, I've got a little succulent in a little pot to myself that says I love you with a heart on. And I've also got a plant as well. I think it's a hyacinth. And when one of my guinea pigs died, I got given the plant by the vet. It's like instead of being given flowers as condolences, I got given a plant. So I kept that for years. And when one of my other guinea pigs died a couple of years ago, I put part of her flowers, the ferns out, the flowers, in the pot. So I've got that to remember them both by. So the ferns have grown with the hyacinth in the pot, and I've got those plants at my home. So I do like them. They've lived for years. I'm usually not very good with plants as well, but I've kept them going. So the other one, actually, I got this little one in the heart pot I got this year for myself, I think it was. Yeah, like a Valentine's gift to myself. So yes, but I celebrate being single every February the 14th for International Celebrate Being Single Day. I founded International Celebrate Being Single Day on February the 14th, 2015. So every year I celebrate being single and go give myself gifts for that and go out. Look, handle with care. So this is November's for next year, 2025. It says handle with care, and he's actually got a hat on. A Christmas hat in November, which I find quite funny. Handle with care. I think that's important. I think you should also treat people with tender, loving care. Do you know what I mean? In real life. So, and this one for next Christmas is Happy Holidays. There it is with the Christmas tree. This is December 2025 calendar. So, but right now I'm enjoying December 2024 because I think all too soon, we can be pushing ourselves into the next year already. A lot of people are already starting to think about 2025, but I think we need to just remember we're still in 2024, people. There's still a few days left of 2024, and we still need to be present in the moment with 2024 and enjoy it. because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're not promised it, are we? So we have to live for today and enjoy ourselves and think of how far we've come this year and what impact we can still make in the last few days, whether that's an impact with ourselves and talking to ourselves better, that whether that's an impact with our family or our friends, just showing them gratitude and appreciation, and taking time out from work to be able to do things for yourself or with them. This is all important, very, very important. So let's get on to the rest of my Christmas gifts now, which I'm really excited about. So I got a new diary, which I like, a big diary. So I'm a writer, in case you didn't know that. I've got Asexual books out, as well as a fibromyalgia book and other books. And I like a big diary. So I've had one of these before, and my mum got me another one. So I like ones that have got quite a lot of space, but still look aesthetically pleasing. I like this design with the flowers on it and things and butterflies. It's quite colourful. So colour really brightens my day, makes me feel good. Colour can really affect your mood. So it's important to get the right colours with what you do, So these have got really good bits at the bottom. They say reminder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like notes, but this is reminder. So I like that because sometimes you have important phone calls to make and stuff like that, My mum said, because I was having a gas leak, a dangerous gas leak last week in my flat. And obviously I'm lucky to be alive because I had to have gas emergency services out and make it safe. And so it was a 10 on the scale of leakage, and 9 above is immediately dangerous, as far as I understand. And the reports are immediately dangerous, so I'm lucky to be alive. So my mum said she's got me this diary, and I can write, in emergency, I can write the gas number there just in case it ever happens again. Obviously, in a diary, in emergency, is usually used for an emergency contact like my parents, but my mum was thinking of me about the gas leak. So yeah, it's been made safe now. And it's been fixed, and it's had 3 tests done on it, so it shouldn't happen again. But you know what I mean, it's my life that was at stake then. So that's what I mean, we have to celebrate being alive at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people don't survive gas leaks. I'm still here, thank God. So yeah, I got a new handbag, which I really, really wanted. So I want a black handbag. I had 2 handbags that both broke. One of the handbags was similar to this, but not exactly the same. I wanted lots of pockets. So I wanted at least 2 pockets on the front and 1 inside. And I wanted it a little bit bigger than the last one I had. So this is really good because it can fit my purses in and my mobile phone. And even probably a bottle of water. So this is really cool because it's got a zip on the back. So I love zips because I like separating things into different pockets and being more organised. So yeah, so this has got like multiple zips. It's got multiple zips at the front. So very, very useful gift because I can put all different things in there. And it's also got a zip inside it as well. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a zip inside it there, pocket, and like a little pouch pocket, and one on the back. So, and this expands a little bit, expands out. So I really needed this. So this expands out, so which I've expanded it so it makes it a bit bigger. And I really love this because I needed one, and I want a black. So black goes with most of my clothes. So you can wear this casually, or you can wear it going out. If you dress up. So it's very versatile. I think it's always good to get versatile things. So in terms of clothing, I got this. I've been wearing this all day. So this is a Nike hoodie. I love Nike stuff. Really nice. So I was wearing this over my pyjama top. It's really, really cool. So I put this on earlier. And I had it on over my pyjama stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. I really like it a lot. So it's, zips up easy. I've got plenty of room in here. Put over other clothes. And yeah, it's very warm in here, so that's why I took it off. And it's not as Christmassy as what I've got underneath. So this is really nice. It's what I wanted. Yeah, I really appreciate this from my parents. And I got loads of clothes from them that I wanted. I picked stuff out in a catalogue and I got all of it. Apart from this one's a different colour because I didn't have the colour I was going for. But this is still really nice. So this is a bit more of a lightweight one. I really like this. So yeah, Iron Paradise. So I actually do weights now for my back because I broke 2 bones on my back in April 2 vertebrae, T8 and T9. So I've been doing loads of physio for 8 months to get myself strong again. So this iron paralysis is a bit suitable for people who lift weights. I have to lift weights for my arms now. So I used to lift weights years ago, and then I used to lift them off and on, but now I've got to lift them regularly again. So yeah, this is really nice. I like that a lot. Again, hoodies. I love hoodies. They really suit me, and I like them because they're very comfortable. And I got a Nike, but this one goes over the head. So the first Nike one I showed you, or Nike, whichever you pronounce it like, the first one is a zip one. This isn't a zip one. This is one that goes over the head. So again, I really like this because it's really cool. And it feels lovely and warm. It's like really, really thick. I love these like fleecy ones because I don't have to wear many layers under. So you don't have to layer up really because these are very, very warm. So I really enjoy having hoodies on, especially ones that come down a bit longer. Like, because I'm short, it really is nice. And more tops, more hoodies. Like, I won't be short of hoodies. This is really good. This is like a long one as well. So Adidas one this is. So yeah, it's nice. Adidas one. Very, very thick, very good quality. So yeah, I love this as well. I've done really well for presents because this is a lot of money spending all this, you know, money out on this. I asked for this one as well. This is like just a plain like top. It's a bit more of a dressy, fleecy thing. So it's interesting. This is just like more of a semi going out top, if you know what I mean, with shorter sleeves. So yes. And then I got this, which is super cool. It's a Jack Wills. So yeah, this is really nice. So I've actually got a navy blue one of these. Not this particular one, but I've got a navy blue Jack Wills top. So yeah. Merry Christmas, Sandra, says Yuli. Hello! Lots of love to you, Yuli. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas to you. Yuli is a singer, by the way. She plays the guitar. Is it guitar? You play lots of instruments, I think, don't you? Very, very good. Yes. Fleece. This is very great. And I've seen you on her videos. It's guitar, isn't it? You play. Do you play some other things as well? Is it piano as well? I'm trying to think of how many instruments you play. So check out Yuli's channel because she's really good if you like singing. She's got a beautiful voice. And yeah, so I like this a lot. It's a very nice thick top, very good quality. Very, very good quality. Ukulele and keyboard, thank you, says Shuli. You're so good at playing all these instruments. Very, very good. So yeah, I got a lot of clothes. So I'm really, really pleased with all them. Really pleased. And I've still got a few presents to unwrap. I've still got 3 to unwrap that I haven't unwrapped. I think I should get one and unwrap it. What do you think? Spin you around under my tree. It's at my parents'. Let's go and get one. This is a present for my best friend. My best friend gave me the Eeyore. But I got some other presents I haven't finished unwrapping. And I'm really eager to know what's in this. Like, what's your favourite thing about unwrapping presents? Taking some time off for Christmas. Finally, says Yuli. Well done, Yuli. That's good. I'm glad you're taking some time off for Christmas. It's important. Yes, I'm off, really, for Christmas. I'm at my parents', so it's nice to spend some time with them. So they're downstairs at the moment. My mum's watching Mr. Bean. Some people who live abroad actually like watching Mr. Bean, but I get a bit bored with it, to be honest. It's not really my thing. And they get very repetitive when you've seen them, or bits of them more than once. So yeah, this is from my best friend. I'm eager to find out what this is. So let's do this. I love the paper. Look how sparkly the paper is. Oh, my best friend knows I love bare fruits, mango. So this is really good. I love this. I actually bought some of these for myself because I like eating this over here. So I bought pineapple and mango fruit. So he knows I really love this. Beautiful presents for there. So happy for you. Oh, thank you. I'm also enjoying gifts I got early, spending early Christmas time with my family. That's nice, Julie. That's really, 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 really nice. It's good to hear in chat what other people get up to. It's really, really nice. So yeah, I'm really lucky to have all these Christmas presents. So, and it's nice to spend time with family, isn't it? I think I'm going to open the other present for my best friend now because I want to know what's in here. Let's go, people, let's go. Can you see me spin around? I'm going to open this one. Oh, what is this one? What is this one? Let's see what it is. Oh, I'm so happy you got me these. I love these so much. And usually I only get a small packet, but this is a mega big packet. These are absolutely delicious. These are chocolate orange dipped almonds, and these are fantastic. I'm going to eat one now, actually. I need to drink first before I eat. Yuli says thank you, so glad to catch this. Oh, I really appreciate you being here. So these are made with coconut sugar, so I can't have refined sugars because I'm allergic to refined sugars, but these are made with coconut sugar. So I really like these. But usually I only have small packets. So I'm so happy that I've got big packets of this because these are like amazing. Look. There's tons of them in here. Really, really delicious. I can't stop eating these though. They're so nice. They're very food-gasmic. Delicious. So, in the asexual community, there's a joke about cake and food in general, if people can't eat cake like me. And some people don't understand what the joke is, especially when they're new to the asexual community. And basically it's because food is better than sex. That's what we say in the asexual community. Because the majority of asexuals don't experience sexual attraction. The majority of us don't want sex. And even asexuals that have sex, because they're sex positive or neutral, a lot of those are, like they can take sex or they can leave it. It's not that important to them. So, the fact that cake is better than sex is like an in-joke in the asexual community. And so that's why when someone enters the asexual community, for example, on asexuality.org, they often get welcomed with a picture of a cake. Like, welcome into the ACE family. ACE stands for asexual. And so I do a lot of food videos on this channel because a lot of asexuals seem to prefer food to sex. And a lot of us like to eat because we like the pleasures of life, but we like different pleasures to what sexuals would like, for example. Because a lot of sexuals, one of their pleasures is having sex. But for the asexuals that don't have sex, we get pleasure from other things. And I think a lot of the time we do get pleasures from food. And I think food's beautiful because it tastes great, it looks great, can't get you pregnant, can't give you sexually transmitted diseases, and it can't, cause you damage and stuff like that. So, and you don't have to like worry about dressing up sexily for some food. You don't have to worry about, contraception, which obviously you should have if you are having sex. And you just don't need to worry about getting the bed sheets messy and stuff. Well, not with that type of thing, but obviously, if you're eating food in bed, you can get the bed sheets messy in other ways by eating chocolate. And then licking it off your fingers. That's getting a bit too naughty now, but you know what I mean. Like, these chocolate, they melt in the mouth and they melt on the fingertips. So you could technically get the bed dirty, but I think it's so much safer getting the bed dirty with deliciously Ella chocolate rather than sexual fluid stuff. So food is definitely better than sex, and it's definitely safer than sex as well. And I like the finer pleasures in life, like food, because they just taste so good. Holla, Merry Christmas, you all, from Little Rock. Is that in Arkansas? Is that right? Is that how you pronounce it? So it's a happy Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everyone. So I'd love to know in the chat what you've all been up to for Christmas. Like, what's your most exciting thing about Christmas? For me, I got asked this question a short while ago, like, what's my favorite thing about Christmas Day, for example? And I didn't say necessarily everything typical, but I said, Leah, I get to spend time with my parents. I don't actually see them that often. So I really appreciate seeing them. I love opening presents. I love receiving presents. I love giving presents. And I do like having attention. I like having attention. You know, some people are like, oh, they shy away from having attention on them. I like attention. I love having my parents look at me opening presents. I feel so good to me. I feel so great, you know, because I like attention. I like someone who's watching and looking at me and paying close attention. And so that's a really important thing for me. I love the magic of Christmas as well. And I heard someone say on the radio that as you get older, Christmas is not that magical anymore. It's not the same. Well, that's completely not true for me. Like, I am still as excited about Christmas as I ever was. I still love Christmas. I think it's very magical, very special time. I love going, oh, Santa's been, and I love putting Christmas music on. I love everything about Christmas in terms of, you know, like presents, being with family, and all the magic, the tinsel, the lights, the mechanical robotic Christmas toys I have. And I just love it. Christmas, you know, putting Christmas clothes on, pajamas, wearing Christmas hat, having Christmas lunch. So what do you like for Christmas lunch? I had turkey and roast potatoes, sprouts. I don't usually have sprouts. Carrots, broccoli, cauliflower. Yeah, it was really nice. I love my mum's roast potatoes. So usually I love your emojis. I love my mum's roast potatoes. So I have to say, out of all the food in the, you know, things on the plate, out of all the food ingredients I just told you, I look forward probably to the roast potatoes the most. I absolutely love roast potatoes. They just taste so nice. And they're like really kind of like, they just taste so good on the tongue. You know what I mean? So when I'm eating, I'm thinking, oh, this is the best part of the meal, is the actual roast potatoes. So my mum hasn't cooked since January last year because usually my parents just have microwave meals now, the majority of the time, or just have stuff they don't need to cook. So yeah, so they have, my mum's not used the oven since January, so she did this meal for us, and it took her a long time, so I know it's harder for her now. And my dad, in case you missed that part of the live stream, had to go on permanent oxygen since January, so he can't actually be near negative flames, so he can't be near an oven at all now. So it's actually better from his point of view as well, you know, in his health, to not have the oven on that much. So I'm glad he's still here. He's just been given an official diagnosis of COPD, actually, which obviously is very serious, because he has to be on oxygen all the time. But we're so glad, me and my mum, that we've still got my dad for this Christmas. And I think that's a really important thing, you know, if you've still got a family member that's been very, very ill and poorly, and you know, life-threatening condition, then having them for Christmas still in your life is something really worth celebrating, regardless of what presents you get or whatever else happens. You know, just celebrating life is so important. You know, we're all here together in this moment, and we're all alive, and that's something to really celebrate. There's a lot of stuff on the news that I try not to watch because I don't watch the news. Obviously, some comes up in my social media feed that's very, very negative and very like dark, you know, of what's going on in the world. And Christmas is a time when we can lighten things up, when we can feel happy and jolly, when we can celebrate the good times, when we can celebrate people coming together with each other. Maybe we haven't talked to some people in our family for a while. I talked to my auntie and uncle earlier on the phone. I haven't spoke to them for ages. They sent me some money for Christmas. That was really nice. So I spoke to them on the phone when my uncle phoned my mum. And it was really nice. And my auntie says told my dad that Sandra's amazing. Well, you've got an amazing daughter. She said to my dad, which was really nice on the phone after I'd finished talking to her. My mum says she's always praising, saying what a lovely daughter you've got. So Sandra's really lovely, and I really appreciate that because they do keep in touch. My auntie Anne and my uncle Peter, they send me a Christmas card. They usually send me money for Christmas. They sent me £20 this year, and I'm really grateful for that because some people, when the like when you got grandparents and grandchildren are older, or when your niece or nephew's older, sometimes they stop sending money, but they still send it every year to me, usually £20, and I get a special needs card. So I really appreciate that. Actually, I've got the card they gave me here, so this is a niece card. Do you see what I mean? So it's just really, really nice. And I don't go by society's rules, so it doesn't matter to me what year it is in terms of like what birth certificate age I am. I treat everything like I'm the same age, 21, because I got like a 21 mindset and live like a teenager on purpose. And I was saying this to my auntie because my auntie was trying to ask me how old I am now, but I didn't even tell my auntie. She said one age at first, which I'm like, no, I'm not that age yet. I'm under that age, thank you. And then she's like, goes to complete opposite end, another decade. And then I just said I'm not interested in my birth certificate age. I don't think she's heard me say that before because my parents don't usually say that, but that's the way I am. And I said I'm not interested in my birth certificate age. I said I don't live like that. I said I've got a 21-year-old mindset and I live like a teenager on purpose and love it. I said, so, I watch Disney movies, I watch superhero movies, I'm into modern music, foreign music, dance music, and all this type of thing. So I don't go by my birth certificate age, I go by the mindset age I am and the lifestyle age. And so, because she was saying, when you get to, because she's older, much older, much older. And so she was saying, when you get to a certain age, Sandra, you wear certain clothes and you do certain things. And I'm like, I don't, I don't have that. I don't have that limitation. And so a lot of people in society, they have limitations on their age. They're like, I'm this age bracket now. I must dress like this, or I must think like this, or I must be like this. But I don't have that in my life. I have no societal restrictions like that because I don't live like that. I don't live like the piece of paper that says my birth certificate age on it. I have my birth certificates, but three of them. I have a big one and a little one. That's two, I think. Do I have another one? Anyway, I've got a big birth certificate and a little birth certificate, but I don't go by the age on there. I don't live that stereotypical age. And it's so important to live the age you actually feel like and want to be. Yuli, I disagree with that part of our society. Thank you, Yuli. Yeah, I disagree with it big time. There's some people who say, actual age, or when you get to a certain age, like grow old gracefully. I mean, growing old gracefully a lot of the time means conforming to society's restrictions on how you need to behave, think, dress, and act when you get to a certain age. And it's trying to shame you into being younger. There's certain things that if you, for example, wear a short skirt when you get to a certain age, some people like frown upon you, like, how can she wear that when she's that age? Right? But if they don't know that person's age, then how can they even say that? And it doesn't matter what age that person is. They can wear what they damn well want. Do you know what I mean? And it's people that say, let's grow old gracefully. It's like, what the hell does that mean? Like, so if a person does a certain thing, they wear a certain thing, they're scorned by society for being themselves. It's actually the societal restrictions that are saying wear this, do that. They're actually making people older than they need to be. I repeat that, it's actually society that is making people older than they need to be by putting these ideas into people's heads that when they get to a certain age, they've got to behave a certain way, think a certain way, dress a certain way, do things a certain way, and not do other things anymore. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And until we realise that this is all societal conditioning and that we don't have to live by society's rules, we can't set ourselves free. I'm free because I couldn't care less what society says. I know people that are like 1 year older than my birth certificate age, that look 20 years older than I am, because they live like they think their age is meant to be, and probably older actually. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is all my own hair, for example, and people are like, is this your hair? Someone said, is it a wig? I'm like, no, it's not a wig. And I don't dye my hair. I've never dyed my hair in my life, and that's how come it looks lovely, because I don't dye my hair. My fringe is always a nightmare. My fringe is always going all over the place where I cut it, or a hairdresser cuts it. It's always like never going straight. It's always like going crooked in some way. So I've had to learn to live with that. But I'm like, oh, it's quirky, and I like it going up at the sides. A lot of hairdressers, they like it long here at the sides, but I like it going up at the sides, so I can see these parts of my face, which is not normal, but you know what I mean. I don't like being normal. I had a hairdresser once. She goes, "What have you done to the sides of your hair? Why have you put them like that? They shouldn't be like that." And I'm like, well, I like them like that. You know what I mean? So, who's saying can't spend 3 days without drinking or something? Is this 3 days or 8 days? Did you say? I never drink. I don't drink any alcohol whatsoever. So I don't know who can't. So you can't spend days without drinking, can you not? I don't drink any alcohol. I gave alcohol up when I was 19 years old in birth certificate age. Never drank alcohol. I don't drink alcohol at all. So I can live without alcohol completely. That's your motto, right? Okay. Well, obviously alcohol damages the liver. So, and I know people that you know, I actually know someone recently who's in hospital seriously critically ill because they have a drink problem and their liver's damaged badly. So I don't recommend it personally. I know that drinking alcohol is not good for the body, especially in excess. So yeah, the liver has to work overtime to get rid of the toxins. And I don't need alcohol to do anything that I want to do in life. So a lot of people have to have alcohol to put themselves into a certain state to be able to be their authentic self. I don't need that in my life. It's very important that you learn how to be yourself in life without the need for smoking, drugs, drink, or any of these type of things. That you can just go and be who you need to be, not under the influence of something like that to make you or allow you to act a certain way. It's important that, you know, that you learn how to be your authentic self. And if people don't like who you are, they don't like who you are. So, Asexual Life. Warren, happy Christmas to you. Lots of love. So, yeah, I love Asexual Life. So, some people are like, what do you do when you're asexual and you're not having sex? It's like, what don't I do? I do loads of stuff. If you look at this channel, you'll notice even this year I've been to Disneyland Paris, I've been to Chessington World of Adventures, Paddington Experience in London, I've been to London Aquarium, Plymouth Aquarium, and you know, I just have a really good time in my life. Not every part of my life's good, but that's got nothing to do with being asexual. You know, like I broke 2 bones in my spine this year, so I spent 8 months getting that better with physiotherapy. So that was really hard, and I've currently got a foot injury as well. So you know, it's been a tough, challenging year in terms of health, but in terms of actually living my life, I go out for meals, self-dating. I love self-dating. It's very important. And even if you're not asexual, it's very important to self-date. Why is this? Because it helps build trust and self-esteem and confidence within yourself. Because if you make a date with yourself every week, and you get ready for it and you act like you're going on a date like you would any other person, you know, you go and dress up how you want to dress. This doesn't mean to say you have to put something that shows your cleavage on it. You know, I wouldn't go and do that because I'm not that type of person anyway. I don't particularly like showing my cleavage off. It's not that I've never ever done that, but it's just very rare I do that. So I dress up in like hoodies and stuff. Like I showed you all my hoodies. I love hoodies, you know, and going to the cinema is a really nice experience. It's very magical for me. And it means that I have to promise myself to do that and make sure I do it. Like I've had such a stressful time since I moved, but I've still made sure once I was well enough, because I was poorly before I moved. I had to get over a respiratory infection just before I moved. I was kind of still only just over that. And then I was back to self-dating again, which I go to the cinema every weekend now again to make sure that I'm regularly keeping a promise to myself, that I'm regularly dating myself, that I'm making sure I take time out for me, because in all the hustle and the bustle and the noise of life and people around you, it can be very difficult to hear your own voice. It can kind of drown it out. And when you get your own voice drowned out and you listen to other people's all the time, this is when we get heavily influenced by other people. This is when we get jealousy. This is when we look to other people to fulfill our lives rather than fulfilling it ourselves. This is when we can also end up being like inadequate because we see other people succeeding and we're like, oh, what are we doing? And the more we look to other people, the more we spend time outside ourselves, the more we're looking for other people to gratify us and validate us. So it's not that you can't ever look for that with other people, because we're human beings that needs human connection, right? And we get a lot of things from other people, but we should also be looking to make ourselves happy in our own life and to validate ourselves and to trust ourselves. And one of the ways we build trust with ourselves is by making dates and plans with ourselves and keeping those plans. Does that make sense? Warren, I love doing things like going to the city centre and watching movies and music as well. I'm really glad to hear that, Warren. It's really important. I mean, being a single person myself who doesn't drive, I like being in the city, because if I lived out in the countryside and I didn't drive, I'd be so isolated. And as a child, I relied on my parents to provide transport. Well, my mum's never driven, but my dad to drive me places, you know. And there was a bus, but it just wasn't great service, and it was out in the sticks. So I much prefer living in the city. It's nicer. My parents live in Dawlish. They don't live in Exeter, so I live in Exeter, a big city, and they live in Dawlish, which is a town. I actually went to school in Dawlish, so they have nice swans in Dawlish. They're famous for having black swans. If you look at Dawlish, black swans, they're famous for having black swans. I think there's only meant to be 2 places in the world that has black swans, and Exeter is one of them. Sorry, Dawlish is one of them, but what I was going to say is Exeter actually had 2 black swans that I saw, which is not normal. And I did a shorts video. Was it last year or this year of 2 black swans? But no, I meant to say Dawlish is one of the 2 places in the world that has black swans. And it's supposed to be that rare. But yeah, I managed to get footage of 2 black swans in Exeter. So I don't know if they flew up from Dawlish or what, but I got it on this channel a long time ago, and it's like not normal to have that. So I was really pleased. And whenever something like that happens, when precious moments like that happen to you, like see something rare and special, you've got to remember it, you know. And that's why we have to celebrate ourselves, because we're rare and we're special in and of ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So we should always be celebrating ourselves. We're the only person that's completely responsible for us is ourselves. You know, I'm responsible for me. When we have to look after someone, we have to look after ourselves the most, because we're the one that's solely and completely responsible for our person, which is us. And you know, you're responsible for you, I'm responsible for myself. And so when we actually rely on ourselves a lot more, and when we can do a lot more for ourselves, and we can make ourselves happy, then we tend to get a lot more security in and of ourselves. So at the moment, it's really interesting, because this year, back in May, I joined Matthew Hussey's Love Life Club. Matthew Hussey is the world's #1 dating and confidence coach. He's been helping people with dating, relationships and confidence for 17 years. He's got over 3 million subscribers on his channel. I'm in this Love Life Club, so I'm getting so much help and different ways of thinking from him. And one of the things he does say is the only person that's responsible for you is yourself, but the only job you were given at birth is to look after your person, which is you, yourself. So I think that's a very interesting and good perspective. And he's also saying, in terms of love and relationships, that love is not enough. You have to have compatibility as well. If you are loving a person so much that you never want to let them go, but you're actually incompatible with them, then you're doing yourself and them a disfavor. You can't actually stay in that relationship forever and be happy without compatibility. So love isn't just enough. You do have to have compatibility as well. But Matthew's very good. He has, you know, even though I'm asexual, he welcomes me into Love Life Club. He said any sexual orientation and any genders welcome there. So I really love that. And Matthew says, you know, if you're a person who's not interested in sex, his advice is to find someone else who isn't interested in sex, rather than trying to be with someone who, you know, has different sexual needs to you. So it is good advice. And obviously one of the hot topics, even on this channel, is can an asexual person have a relationship with a sexual person? Well, it really depends on the people involved. And it also depends on the compatibility, you know, like, is a person who's sexual, are they needing to have sex as part of the relationship of their life? And is the asexual one in a monogamous or polyamorous relationship? If it's monogamous, is the sexual happy to not have sex in a monogamous relationship, i.e. not having it with anyone else? And if the answer is no, they're not, then that relationship is not going to work. It's not compatible. So you have to go your separate ways. You can't make someone be something they're not, just like they can't make us be something we're not. I absolutely hate it when people think that they can have sex with an asexual person and that will make them not be asexual anymore. It's just absolutely silly and ridiculous. A person who's lesbian, for example, can't be made not a lesbian by someone trying to have sex with them who isn't a lesbian themselves. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman has sex with a guy but she's a lesbian, just because the guy's had sex with her doesn't make her not a lesbian. It's likely going to be sexual abuse, which obviously is completely illegal and wrong. So we have to be looking at compatibility. So Matthew talks about all relationships, like love is not enough, you have to have compatibility. So whether that's an asexual with asexual relationship or an asexual with sexual relationship, compatibility is the most important thing. But obviously, like, you know, when you live with yourself 365 days a year, you have to try and be compatible with yourself. So this also means, Matthew doesn't talk about this, but this is my bit I'm adding here. You have to, like, get to know yourself on a deep fundamental level. Like, what do you want in life? And what do you think you want that society shoved down your throat as wanting? I.e., if you think you should want sex, but you really don't, because that's not who you are, but society's dictating you should have sex or want it, then you have to understand your truth is, if you're an asexual that doesn't want sex, that you don't want sex, and that's okay. Right? And you stand by your truth. When you stand by your truth, you stand in your personal power. You then have authority over your own life rather than going with the wind and the tide of what other people want. Right? It's just like, you need to get to know yourself better and trust yourself. So knowing yourself and trusting yourself is all about making decisions, more decisions on your own, more often, bigger decisions. It's when something comes into your mind and you have an instinct, trust that instinct rather than like have the negative voice saying you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I still have to work on trusting myself more. I've worked on myself loads, but I still have aspects where I don't trust myself as much as I should trust myself. Like, sometimes I think, oh, I can't be, instead of thinking, oh, I'm right on that, I'll know something intuitively, or I think I know something, and I'll be like second guessing myself the whole time. So some areas of my life I don't do that. I make firm decisions, like in business stuff. If I want some software, even if it costs hundreds of pounds, or like, I want the software, I'll go and buy it. That's the end of the story. So I have some software that I bought a while ago, which can transcribe my YouTube videos, for example. Instead of me writing them all out, if I need to put parts of my videos in books, which is, you know, I love writing a lot myself. Sometimes I might want to grab some stuff from my videos. So I bought it to do that with. I can also speak into it, so I can speak a book into it. You know, if I don't want to write it all myself, I can speak it. And also it can cut things. Now it's got AI that allows for cutting longer videos into smaller videos, which is what I've tried to do on this channel. So I can take my big long length videos like this if I want and cut them into smaller chunks for people who want to hear just key pieces of this live stream. But obviously it's great to connect in real time and just be chilling and hanging out with each other, especially on Christmas. I wish you Merry Christmas, everyone. And, you know, to connect in real time, there's no better, like, power across the world and universe than connecting in real time, because, you know, I'm physically in front of you right here in this moment. And, you know, we're so having this beautiful kind of very spiritual, caring, compassionate moment with each other right now. You know, I'm in my parents' bedroom, but it's like my bedroom. This is like my parents' home, but my parents got a separate bedroom. This is like my parents' bedroom because it's in their home, but it's like my bedroom when I'm here, you know? And so we're all having this beautiful moment when we're coming together and we're just like here celebrating Christmas, and it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. But the greatest gift you can give yourself going forward for the rest of this year and into the new year is trying to work on self-love, self-care, self-trust. And so in regards to the software I was talking to you about, I've actually bought more software. So I got a special deal, but I've bought a lot more. So you get given minutes for the amount you buy. So it means I bought more minutes because my live streams are really long. You know, they're usually at least an hour. So to have an AI cut and edit my videos for me, which is something I want to do more and more going through to next year, because I know people do like short videos as well, then I needed to purchase more minutes, if you know what I mean, of editing time. But having said that, the last lot of AI editing videos, I ended up having to like redo them all myself pretty much because they chose the wrong bits. They didn't cut out the right bits. So I pretty much had to use a tool and do it manually, which took me ages. So monkey music, they bring joy and peace. I don't know specifically what you said they bring joy and peace, but whatever it was is good. So yeah, yellow. Oh, yellow says hello, madam. I like being called miss, but thank you so much. Hello, Merry Christmas to you. So you strike me as someone who drinks Earl Grey with milk. No, no, no. I don't drink any tea with caffeine in it. I have no caffeine I put in my body, and I can't drink milk because I am allergic to dairy. So I don't drink milk at all. I have to have unsweetened soya milk, which obviously is made from soya, not actual milk. I can't have any dairy at all. No, I don't drink gin. I don't drink any alcohol whatsoever. I just get high on life, right? This is me being my nice, energetic, hyper self life, right? People actually have these things, and in the end, they drain their energy, they kill their liver, they just like, you know what I mean, if they excessively do these things. So my mum has a bit of wine at Christmas, so I don't. But my mum has a bit of wine, white wine at Christmas. It's not like she doesn't drink any, but she does drink usually the rest of the year. So no, I don't drink any alcohol. I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke. I've never done drugs or smoked. And I gave up alcohol when I was 19 years and birth certificate age. So I started trying alcohol when I was 15, which is actually underage for alcohol. And from 15 to 19, that was it. Never been drunk in my life, thank God. And that was it. I'd had enough. I thought this is just toxic for my body. I don't want to put this stuff in my body. I drink a lot, like, of water and stuff, and I thought if I could drink alcohol, like, I'm just going to drink it like water, it's going to make me really drunk and really F up my body, and I don't want that for myself. So yeah, so I don't put any caffeine in my body, because I have people going, oh well, you don't take drugs but you have caffeine in your coffee or your tea. I'm like, don't drink coffee or tea. I don't drink coffee at all, and the only tea I have are herbal teas, and they're without caffeine in them. So echinacea one is one I've got. Hibiscus and echinacea is the one I brought to my parents, and I don't ever have that very often. But you know, I like herbal teas as long as they've got no caffeine. I don't drink any Coca-Cola or anything like that with caffeine in it. You know, because if we harness our true power and we work on our own environments, our internal environment, our external environment, we can get a lot more energy, right? People look to the wrong things for energy instead of managing our time and our environments and the things we put into our body and the things we listen to, the things we consume. So what we consume changes our state and physiology and changes our energy levels. So, for example, I have fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain condition that affects the nerves and muscles of the body. And a lot of people with fibromyalgia have low energy, right? The reason I have a lot more energy is because I don't have things that actually kill energy, especially for thyroid people. Wheat, for example, is the worst thing usually for people with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia and sugar. They are the two worst culprits, right? But people won't give them up. They're like, I'm not giving up wheat. I'm not giving up that. I'm not giving up bread. I'm not giving up eating sandwiches. I'm not giving up eating bread rolls. I'm not giving this up when I go away. I'm not giving up bread rolls with soup. I'm not giving up. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving up pasties. I'm not giving up pies. And I'm like, well, you'll just be like giving up your energy then instead, right? You can't have everything in life. Like sugar is the worst thing as well, sugar and wheat. And sugar is an alcohol, and the number of people with fibromyalgia go, oh, I like to have a lot of wine, you like a bottle of wine, because they think that it's going to make them happier, because they might be depressed because they got fibromyalgia, for example. But it's actually that's making them be more lethargic and be depressed, just like wheat is. And these people keep on having them. Monkey music. Sugar is the worst drug. Yeah, sugar is a bad drug. So my two something in life are drinking coffee and petting my cat. CBD helps your condition. I do not take CBD. I would not take it. I don't do any drugs, and I don't do any mild forms of drugs like CBD oil. And I don't need CBD oil, because I actually wrote a book called Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook, How to Manage Fibromyalgia to Have Less Pain, More Energy, and Feel Happier like a superhero rock star. So I don't take any CBD, and I would never take CBD oil as well. It's in minute amounts, but it still makes you addicted. The amount of people that I see, you know, like that, and also people profiting. People who don't even have fibromyalgia are setting up groups, right, on Facebook, because I'm in some of them, and they claim to be like medical professionals, some of these people, and all they're doing is getting products. Don't quote me on this, because this is my personal opinion. It's not medical advice. I'm not a medical practitioner, right? This is my personal opinion, right? I'm in fibromyalgia groups, and there's people that say they're medically trained, right? And they're producing supplements with certain things in. I'm not saying supplements are bad. I have some natural supplements, but a lot of the time it is these CBD oils and stuff. And they're saying these things can help people with fibromyalgia, right? I'm not saying they don't help people with fibromyalgia, because, you know, the CBD oil is from cannabis, right? And it's a mild little bit, but, you know, it can still be addictive, in my personal opinion, because they get away with it legally because of the small amount. But I don't take anything like that, because I there was one guy on Twitter, now X it's called, and he had fibromyalgia, I think it was, and he took CBD oil for his pain condition anyway, and he just kept spending loads of money every month on it, getting more and more and more. I think he used to spend 200 quid a month on it. It's insane. If people change their diet, what they eat and drink every day, they wouldn't need to then get additional stuff like CBD oil necessarily to go and pump into their body. And there's a lot of other natural oils, which I talk about in my book, from fish, for example, omega-3s. That's what you actually need. Don't need CBD oil. You have omega-3 oils, and omega-3 oils is what actually like oils the body parts inside, because I found that out in 2014. This is what I share in my Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook. High levels of omega-3 you need, because this is natural oils. You can get the oils from fish and stuff like that, right? So even though I don't particularly like some fish that much, I have them because I know they're good for my body. So it's all about what you eat and what you drink, right? If you're putting, even if you have something that's meant to be good for a pain condition, but you're still putting other stuff in your body that makes you be in more pain, you're being counterproductive. Conditions need to be treated, what does it say? Naturally, yes. CBD oil is a natural oil, silly. CBD oil is from cannabis, right? And I don't care if cannabis is a plant and natural. I am not interested in putting anything to do with cannabis in my body. And my Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook teaches people how to reduce their pain without CBD oil. I make that perfectly clear in the book, right? I would not take that at all. So omega-3 is sourced from more questionable sources. That's why you have it natural. If you get fish, you know, you eat fish, right? That is a natural source of omega-3. So I highly recommend you actually get it from natural sources rather than supplements. But you can take supplements as well. So I've done my research, thank you. I've done my research. I have the condition fibromyalgia, and I help other people. And I already say in the book, it's my personal experience. It is not a medical professional experience. Medical professionals actually say that they don't know what causes fibromyalgia, right? I say in the book, I know what causes fibromyalgia from my own personal point of view. So I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2012. So I've got 12 years of experience in this actual topic and subject. And I actually have the condition, whereas some other people don't have the condition. And some people are trying to sell things to people, CBD, or when they're just trying to make money. That's all they're trying to do, is make a packet of money. So I'm not saying CBD oil doesn't work for some people. Some people do rave about it and love it. But I'm saying that I know there are people that, you know, there's even adverts on YouTube that come up and they say about, you know, do you want to make money like selling CBD oil products, you know? Anyway, you can decide for yourself whether you want CBD oil or not. I personally am a CBD oil free person, and I much prefer to think it's much better to get your oils from natural food sources rather than processed stuff as much as possible, and then, you know, to find the best supplements on the market. I actually started using an omega-3 supplement as well this year, which is really high quality. So I did my research about that. There was doctors on YouTube and things, and there was also research I did to find the best one for me. I'm not saying it's the best one for everyone, but it has to have certain substances in. So it's really important that you find out what works for you. Like I said, I'm not a medical practitioner, and but I think it's important to share your own life experiences, because especially if they're different to other people's, you know, the amount of people that I know has got chronic fatigue syndrome and they're still eating wheat is unreal, right? I've even said to someone say to me, oh, you're not, you're fibromyalgia, but you're not like my sister, or you're not like this person. I'm like, no, because they're probably still eating wheat, and they're making, you know, and they've got less energy because they're still having wheat. So I don't have these things. I have to be disciplined and not eat things like this, right? It takes a lot of courage and discipline to cut out things in your diet that are making you sick. But you've got to do it, right? Otherwise, what's the alternative? Do you know what I mean? So, but each person's responsible for themselves. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do with your body. And it's entirely up to you how you spend your time in life. You know what I mean? So it's up to people, you know. Some people have caffeine, don't they? I don't have caffeine. And so, yeah, so it's very important. Anyway, we need to get back to Christmas and, you know, to just celebrate being here in life. And it's really important as well that if you do have experience, you do share it with the world and make it known that it's your experience, because your experience and your voice matters. You can help someone else if you have done your research, and also if you have experience, lived experience of something. That is kind of the best gift you can give someone, is to share your lived experience with someone who may need it and may need your help. If I have a mentor or a coach or a trainer, I always try to go to someone, ideally, who's actually lived that situation and thing that I want to achieve or do or know more about in my life. Because if you go to someone who's just doing a paper exercise, right, and they're just writing about a topic they don't actually know about because they've just got different bits of information off the internet, and they're just putting, like, for example, a book together that you don't have any experience of themselves. And I personally don't like learning from that. There are a lot of people who are actually putting books together on the internet who have no actual insider knowledge into that topic. They just want to make money with the book. I actually, with all my books, I talk about my own lived experience and also other people's. I bring into some of my books as well, like my asexual perspectives, 47 asexual stories, but you know, that's my story, and 46 other asexuals in the book. So it's always good to share your own real life experiences with people, and it's important to share your voice. You know, some people's voices are drowned out in life because of their family, their friends, people they come across, you know, put them down, belittle them, or don't realize or appreciate the knowledge and wisdom that's within that person. But you have beautiful gifts and talents inside you, and your life experience can help someone, right? Because we're all on different paths in life. As you can see in chat, we're all on different paths in life. And what is important to do is to follow your own life path and share your own knowledge and wisdom. But it's always important to let other people share their life and also let them go on their own path. So just because I'm saying what works for me and what my belief is, doesn't mean to say you have to agree with it. And that's the beauty of life, isn't it? You can take what you want from someone and you can discard the rest that doesn't work for you. And this is important to know. It's personal power. So as we celebrate Christmas, some people don't actually celebrate Christmas. Some people don't like Christmas. They don't believe in it. They don't celebrate it, or they don't want to celebrate it, or they celebrate on their own, or they go away for Christmas. They're not at home with friends or family. They want to celebrate on their own. And however you're celebrating Christmas is a testament to your own personal power and how you want to spend your time. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. You know, Christmas is a time when we should be thankful, not just for friends and family and those other people in our lives that have been with us throughout the year at various times. It's also about celebrating yourself and the journey that you've been on of discovering yourself. And if you're asexual watching this, you know, asexuality is a journey of discovery. So if you don't have all the answers right now to where you fit on the asexual spectrum, your own identity, who you want in your life, who you don't want in your life, what type of relationship you might want, whether you want to date or not date, this is okay. You can take your time with all these things, and you can take, like, over Christmas and next year and all the years to come, to understand yourself, to explore yourself in your life. Like, it's ironic that now I'm in Matthew Hussey's Love Life Club, which teaches you how to find a healthy relationship. I actually really value being single more. At the moment, I don't want to be in a relationship with anymore. I'm really put off by a relationship. I don't want a relationship. I really just want to be with myself. And I want to spend more time with me, getting to know myself and getting to spend more time, like, living my dreams and what I want to do. I love being on this channel. I love helping you. I love showing you what asexual life can be in real life context, me having fun, the ups and downs of asexual life. I like showing you how to overcome the obstacles and challenges in life when you're asexual. And I love showing how asexuality is on a daily basis. I don't know any other channel that actually shows asexual life day to day and that shows the ups and downs of it in real time, like with now. You know what I mean? When I do live streams, this channel is uniquely positioned to be able to offer live stream shows regularly where you can connect with me and we can all come together throughout the globe, whether you're asexual or an ally to asexuals. We can all come together and we can celebrate being here, and we can learn from each other, and we can just have great conversations. So I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and remember, you know, you're important, your voice matters. It's okay to be asexual. You're valid. People who don't want sex are just as valid as those who do want sex. People who don't like it, don't need sex, are just as valid as those who like and want sex and need sex, right? We all live on this planet Earth together, and we should be respectful of each other. But some people believe that if you haven't got sex in a relationship, it's not a real relationship, which isn't true. A relationship should just be about the people in that relationship and what they want. So when I was talking about compatibility earlier, it's all about the people in the relationship being compatible, not what society thinks is compatible and right. It's what the people in it, like, what's your needs? Do your needs match? Do your goals match? Your short-term goals, your long-term goals, what you want for your lives? Are you going in the same direction, or are you pulling apart? You know, and do you have things in common? Do you have shared life goals, shared life vision, shared values, commonalities, this type of thing? And sometimes the best person to be with in a relationship is ourselves, because we live with ourselves 365 days a year. And it's imperative that we get to know ourselves on a deep fundamental level so that we can please ourselves and make ourselves as happy as possible. Being in a relationship is not always a good thing, but it can be a good thing. I know asexuals that are married to other asexuals and very happy, but there's still validity in being single. You might even be on your own for Christmas. You might like it that way, or you might not. Whatever your circumstances is, I want you to know that you are beautiful, that you deserve to be here in life, that you do matter, and that your life and words are important. They matter. And I do wish you to have the best Christmas ever. I hope that just like these lights are sparkling and looking like shining stars, I hope you realise that you can be a star in your own life. We be a star in our own life by being someone with integrity, someone who's got good values and morals and ethics, someone who we respect, we look up to, we appreciate. All of this stuff we need to do for ourselves, because all too often we're doing this with other people, but we're not doing it with ourselves. We're hearing other people's voices, but we're not hearing our own. So I want you for the rest of this year to listen to your own voice. What's your needs? What do you want to eat? What do you want to wear? How do you want to celebrate? How do you want to live your life? What do you want to do going into the other year, the 2025 after this year? You know, what aspirations have you got? What do you want to do? You know, you don't have to necessarily write New Year's resolutions out, but write things you'd like to do out, that you've got like a bucket list, you know, of things you'd like to tick off, that you'd like to achieve. Break things down into quarters if you want, if it makes it more easy, like the first 3 months, the next 3 months, the next 3 months, the next 3 months. Or just do a long project that makes you feel great. But you can achieve your dreams, and I think it's important to know that you have got your own back and that you can make yourself feel as secure as possible by giving yourself the nourishment that you need, the encouragement that you need, the validation that you need, the gratification that you need. When we get most of this from ourselves, we become a self-fulfilling prophecy of happiness for our own lives and from within. But it is good to have positivity from other people, and it's important to have the right environment, because I talked about environment earlier. So what we say to ourselves matters, but what we consume that other people say to us also matters. So it's important that we listen to positive music and audiobooks and talk to ourselves in a positive manner as much as possible, and be around people who are inspired by us, who talk about us in a good way. And, you know, like my auntie, when she said to my dad, "Oh, Sandra's amazing." My dad's like, "Oh, so she tells me," you know. I do plug myself now, you know, because I'm proud of who I am. You know, we don't always have to have other people telling us how amazing we are. We can root for our own selves, saying, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm, you know, intellectual. I'm smart. I'm pretty." You know, whatever we think we are ourselves, and we can grow to love ourselves. We can grow to be at one with ourselves. We can grow to be confident in ourselves once we practice, you know, going out on dates with ourselves. We practice self-talk in a good way, and we get an environment that's helpful to us. This includes where we live, where we work, the people we hang around with, what music we listen to, what books we read, and what we choose to have in our life overall. And so I wish for you to have a very Merry Christmas, to have things in your life that light you up, like your eyes up, like your body up, your physiology up, and things that just make you feel so good and happy, whatever that is, whether it's a Christmas pudding or patting your favorite pet or chucking tinsel around your neck as a scarf, or just sitting and chilling watching a movie. Whatever makes you feel good is what you should do. And I hope that the rest of this year is just going to be amazing for you, and it's going to be so good. And remember, the presents is great, the wonder and magic of Christmas is great, but so is appreciating and being grateful for those in your life, and they should be appreciating you and be grateful for you. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being on this channel, for liking, subscribing, watching, sharing. I could not be doing this channel still without you. It's amazing that this channel's been going since 2015 now. We've gone over 1 million views on this channel. I cannot thank you enough. If you're not already subscribed, even if you watch this channel a lot but you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. And I'm going to say happy Christmas. I love you loads, and I'll see you soon on the next video or live stream. Take care and keep making yourself happy and keep being ace. I love you lots. Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye.